Hello, I'm Sally Winchester with Apush 7 o'clock News, and tonight we're going to talk about what set it off. Our country had just got out of the Mexican-American War, in which they received new land based on our Manifest Destiny principles. And after that, it still seemed the Union couldn't get it together. The Wilmot Proviso only made things worse, causing more tension on the critical topic of slavery. Not even the government has been able to solve this recurring issue. We have lots to talk about tonight, but first, let's get to some breaking news. Most people believe that the Compromise of 1850 was the main cause of the Civil War. How could this be? Now handing it over to Maria Santiago from Apush News. Maria?
Thanks, Sally. They called it the Compromise of 1850. Did it really benefit the North or the South? And did it really cause the Civil War that our country is currently facing? Well, let's first start off by saying that the Compromise was created by Henry Clay and consisted of 5 bills. One, that Texas gave up its claims to New Mexico and in return received $10 million in war debt. 2, California was admitted as a free state. 3, New Mexico and Utah were given popular sovereignty to decide whether or not they wanted to be a free or slave state. 4, the District of Columbia abolished slavery. And 5, the Fugitive Slave Law. So, who really benefited? It seems the North did because the Senate now favored the free states. Though it seems the North benefited, the South had a major victory in the Fugitive Slave Law. The Compromise of 1850 had a huge role in igniting a civil war because it heightened the tension between the North and the South concerning slavery. For one, the Fugitive Slave Law infuriated Northerners and it made them liable to pay a fine if they didn't arrest runaway slaves and return them back to their owners. Neither side was pleased and felt that the question of slavery in the territories was being avoided. As both sides grew restless, they started creating stereotypes of each other. The North believed the South was an economic backwater dominated by immoral slave owners, whereas the South believed the North was a beneficiary of the cotton industry and was dominated by hypocritical manufacturers. Continuously, the North and the South disagreed. Back to you, Sally.
Alright, thanks so much, Maria. As we know, the South especially felt powerful after John C. Calhoun declared that Congress had no right to prohibit slavery in the territories. This idea made the South even more stronger in their constitutional states' rights. Southern states' rights were the only thing they had against the North. And according to John C. Calhoun, they had a right to move their property wherever they so chose. And if this were true, what did that mean for the North exactly? That meant that they would have to allow slavery in their territories too. Continuously, the North and South struggled to have both of their needs met. South threatened to secede from the Union, and the North, of course, would try to satisfy them for the meanwhile, but the Southerners still were not happy. The government had given up, and the Union had slowly ran out of time and patience. So, what happened next? Well, the Civil War, of course. I'm Sally Winchester, signing off and saying good night.